Right, so welcome to Fantasyshire. Called Fantasyshire because I fucking love fantasy, and I am from the Shire, Gloucestershire that is, which is pretty much where Tolkien got most of his inspiration from. And I used to be a bartender. I was working bartending in a antique store, so I had like a cocktail bar and an antique store. And this man came up to me, and he said to me, "The White Tree of Gondor." And I looked at him like, "You fucking what, mate? You fucking what? How does he know that I fucking love Lord of the Rings?" So I said, "Yeah, the White Tree of Gondor." I said, "Long live the king." I thought maybe that he had seen my tattoo on my back, which is what I thought he said it. And it's right there, if you can. Right. So that's why I thought that he said it. I thought he said it because he's seen the white tree, but I had a black shirt on, and he didn't see it. His name was Steve Ponty, and he just said that he knew for some reason that I was a Tolkienite. And he gave me this book, Middle-earth in Magic Mirror Maps of the Woodland in Wales, of the Shire in England. And pretty much the book is about all the places that Tolkien used to go on walks everywhere, all around Gloucestershire, and what inspired him. For example, in the Forest of Dean, which supposedly has wildcats. In the Forest of Dean is a place called Puzzlewood, and Tolkien used to sit there for hours and hours and hours and dream, and that was one of the inspirations for Mirkwood. And there's loads of places, Goblin Town, for example. Before looking further west to Wales on Mother Earth, we slip slide in an escape aid from The Hobbit. Supremely on our own point that it is the events of the tale that usually stay at the back of the mind rather than the logistics of the place. It is very easy to finish reading The Hobbit with plenty of images of what happened, but very little visualization of the geography of the places at all. Above all, there is no lasting impression of where the places are in relation to one another. We might easily say this would be the reason that Professor Tolkien included maps in the first place. Even this is a false impression. We are to learn, in our review of the rings, that the Professor drew the map first and then created the stories around the maps. That line of thinking can wait, but the confusion of geographical situation in The Hobbit, over and beyond its events, does bring back to mind from ahead the question put by Gandalf to Mary in the rings of the many maps in Elrond's house. But I suppose you never thought to look at them. And at this point we introduce the most all-conquering hero, or heroine in fact, in the field of the study of mapping The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. Indeed, we crown her Atlas Queen of all such knowledge, the Atlas of Middle-earth of Karen Wynne Fonstad. And she deserves congratulation, these words of Bilbo, the smell of the dragon inside the Lonely Mountain. So pretty much Goblin Town is in Wales, and these are all the Welsh fairy stories that inspired Tolkien. Let's see what else there is. So he spent a lot of time in Wales. Try and find. Alright, here's Mirkwood. There is Mirkwood, wait for it. Actually, here we go. The Mount of Eagles. And this is Snowdon, Mount Snowdon in Wales. For many years, the Eagles of Snowdon were regarded as oracles of fortune or disaster. In the time of war, if they circled high over the summit of the mountain, it was said to bode well, and it meant victory was near. But if they flew low over the rocks, it was a sign that the Welsh would be defeated. If they should cry incessantly, it was taken as a warning of some forthcoming just calmness. The birds, it seemed, were mourning the event before it occurred. We fully expect Professor J.R.R. Tolkien will have such knowledge of the eagles, again from such as the mainstay of the ancient folklore of Wales. In the tale of Math, the son of Mathornwy, we have this of eagles in human characteristic. So, just Tolkien visiting Mount Snowdon, talking to the locals, reading books about Snowdon, going through the many libraries he went to. He heard about the eagles and what it meant to the people of Wales in ancient times, and that was one of the big inspirations for the eagles and the significant part they play in Lord of the Rings. This is just one of many in this book which I will be going through. I'll also be visiting the places too. So the dude who wrote this book, his name is Steve Ponty. Even gave me a neat little autograph. Yeah, so there's lonely places, the Lonely Mountain, House of Bombadil, into Mirkwood, Pelennor Fields. Here is the 35 miles of the Mines of Moria, and pretty much this is in Herefordshire, Beacon, and it's exactly what inspired the Mines of Moria, you see. So yeah, I just want to give you a little bit of an introduction to the book. I'll be going through all the different places and the inspiration that Tolkien had to create Lord of the Rings. Because we all kind of see him as a genius, a mad imagination, which he did have. But he was always very humble about it and said that it was, he was inspired by real life events. So we'll be going through this book. So subscribe if you want, and yeah, every day I'll be going through a little bit of a different place. Yeah, so subscribe, write a comment if you're wondering of a certain place, what it's based on, like the Woodland Realm or the Lonely Mountain or whatnot. And yeah,